There's a device that I've been using called a Whoop.
Hello, and welcome back to IGOW3. Field Correspondent Danny here to introduce weekly challenge number 11, the Drone Zone, New Jersey, Half-Matty. I'm here at this doorway because for your challenge this week, you will need a doorway-sized obstacle, which can be an actual doorway or any obstacle you set up that is a maximum of 3 feet wide by 7 feet tall. Alright, now let's head back to Dan and Liz in IGOW Studios so they can break down this week's challenge.
Thanks, Field Correspondent Danny. This week's featured sponsor is Drone Zone, New Jersey, the first and only indoor-outdoor drone facility. Drone Zone Indoor is located in Flemington, New Jersey, and it offers 10,000 square feet of multi-level LED whoop tracks for pilots of all skill levels.
Drone Zone Outdoor is located in Washington, New Jersey, and features a beautifully landscaped field with challenging terrain. There is also parking and seating with power to keep pilots flying all day. This location also has amenities like an indoor viewing area and restrooms for pilots' parents, guests, and other spectators. There's an outdoor 5-inch drone race at Drone Zone coming up with a bunch of big names on September 25th, so be sure to check that out if you're in the area. Drone Zone has created these awesome locations to allow anyone from a walk-in spectator to a professional drone pilot to experience drones and FPV flight in a safe and controlled environment.
In addition to drone racing, Drone Zone New Jersey also offers other drone-related services such as drone repair, build camps, and pilot training, and those services are available on FPV drones as well as DJI-type picture drones.
Recently, Drone Zone has announced the formation of Team Drone Zone, which consists of these 7 talented FPV pilots, many who you have seen participating in IGOW3 and previous seasons of IGOW, including IGOW2 RunnerUp, Agilis.
Drone Zone is a family-owned and operated business. Last month, while we were at I.O., we got the pleasure of meeting Diane and her son Jack, who were also volunteers with us in the Tiny Whoop tent. It was so great to get to meet them in person and get to know them. We really look forward to the next time that we get to see them and hope that we can make it out to New Jersey soon and be able to experience Drone Zone for ourselves.
Big thanks to Diane and Drone Zone New Jersey for supporting IGOW3 and providing a bunch of awesome prizes for their challenge week. Okay, before we jump into the weekly requirements, let's first explain what a half-matty is. The half-matty is typically done on an obstacle that you can fly under. It can really be any size, but for a beginner you're going to want to start with something that's not very wide. So you're going to start by flying at the obstacle, and then before you get to the obstacle, you're going to do a half roll to get inverted, and then you're going to pitch up like a front flip motion gradually so that you pitch out and then you fly backward underneath the obstacle. It's kind of like the second half of a matty flip. The trick is also known as a reverse split S, because in a split S, right, you start with a roll and then you pitch back like a backflip to come out the opposite direction. But then in the half-matty or reverse split S, you're going to, again, roll to inverted and this time pitch up like a front flip so that you continue in the same direction and fly backward underneath your obstacle.
If this week's trick seems confusing or difficult, and you're afraid that you might get a letter this week, just reach out to IGOW3 Judge Callisto for some advice. As you can see, he's somewhat of a half-matty master. Now, let's jump into the requirements for weekly challenge number 11, the Drone Zone New Jersey Half-Matty. Requirement number 0 is that your video must be no more than 60 seconds in length, and you must follow all of the IGOW3 posting rules.
Requirement number 1 is you can use anything that you can fly under as an obstacle for requirement number 2, but you must find or set up a doorway obstacle for requirement number 3. A doorway obstacle is an opening that's max 3 feet wide and 7 feet tall, and it must be set on the ground.
Requirement number 2 is that you must complete at least 2 half-matties in the same clip with no ground taps. You must do at least 1 half-matty with a right roll and the other half-matty with a left roll.
Requirement number 3 is you must complete at least one half-matty through a doorway obstacle and then perform a full roll while still looking at the door. Either roll direction is acceptable for both parts, and again, a doorway obstacle is any obstacle that's max 3 feet wide and 7 feet tall and is set on the ground. And anything that fits inside that, so if you just have a gate that would be inside, you could put it anywhere that would be inside the doorway and it will still count as your obstacle.
This week's trick, like most others, is best practiced in the simulator first. The stick motions are quite simple, but pulling it together and being accurate is going to take a lot of practice. Good luck and happy whooping!